Just a couple of things. Let me congratulate you and your team as well for fantastic results. And we are happy that you've become the number one in this market. Looking at what you said earlier about strategic expansion, I'm thinking perhaps you can share with us what you're looking at to do in the next few months and years across Africa, particularly since your operations in Zambia, like you mentioned, and a few other countries are giving a lot of returns. The second point I'd like to also bring out, I know you are quite present in Tanzania. Gas appears to be a major initiative in that country, and you are quite dominant in that area. So I'm thinking, do you have, what plans do you have for that area? Then, interestingly, we're having power challenges in Kenya. And I'm asking, are there plans by you to move into that sector? Because I see you as an integrated energy company. And I think if you're able to replicate your success in the downstream, in that sector, perhaps you have some plans there that you may like to share with us or not. I don't know. Thank you.
A UBA MD, I understand, yeah? Yes. Okay, pleasure. And I know that recently we established some business relationship. So welcome on board on this great company. Providing this financial services to KenolKobil. And we are very happy, don't misunderstand. We appreciate and the fact that you came and attended. I'm sure that it will give you more confidence in this company and its management team and the future for it for the coming future. You asked, I would say 3 or 4 questions, and I will answer some of them. What is our strategy in terms of expansion? And you ask for more details. I may ask Kondo to respond, but I just want to tell you, if you look at the expansion map of KenolKobil and remind you there is a board resolution saying that our expansion will be limited to Central, Eastern, and I said Ethiopia is included in Eastern, and Southern Africa, okay? So if you look at the map of expansion, in the southern part, we still have a lot to do, and there is room for expansion. And I can mention the names of the countries. It's Malawi, it is Mozambique, it is Botswana, it is Namibia, it is southern part of Congo, which is the Lubumbashi, and if you go there, you see it's I said it, you go there, you feel like it's a country, it's a state within a state. It's a very exciting place. So we are moving there as well. So this is the areas of interest for the immediate further expansion, territorial expansion, I would say. But maybe Kondo would elaborate more.
Just to add, indeed, like Mr. Segman has said, our strategy as mandated by the board is to be present in all East, Central, and Southern Africa. And he has actually listed down the countries where we're not present, and for that matter, the ones we are looking into. But if you look at what we have done recently, and in relation to our trading activities, our trading activity is restricted to the Indian Ocean East Coast. We are present in Djibouti, in Mombasa, and in Dar es Salaam, we recently acquired this big depot, the 33,000 cubic meter depot. And that is part of our strategy to ensure that all the ports along the Indian East Coast are covered, because these are the ports that actually supply the entire hinterland. So by being present in Djibouti, in Mombasa, in Dar es Salaam, and having a depot in Dar es Salaam, and after that, you all know that we have another storage facility, which is 21,000 cubic meters in Beira, covering that part of Africa. So in terms of strategy, we have been consistently moving down and covering all the ports. Along the Indian Ocean East Coast, the only major port where we are now not present is Durban. So having said that, that part is more or less covered. In terms of inland and retail business, we have been consistently moving south. If you remember, we very much participated in the BP package of 5 countries. Though we did not succeed, it was eventually taken up by somebody else. And we continue to look into these markets. Or if I just remind you, those countries were Botswana, Namibia, Zambia, Tanzania, and Malawi. Okay? So in those countries and in the others, we are consistently looking into these markets, studying them, looking for opportunities, be it a acquisition or a organic growth. This is constantly on our radar. And even now, as we speak, like Mr. Segman has talked about Lubumbashi, and there are other markets as well. Of course, we cannot mention them by name here, but truly, we continue looking, and going forward, we expect to cover all these countries, inclusive of South Africa. Thank you.
Thank you. Then there was a question about Tanzania and the LNG industry. First, talking about lucky countries within the region, it's another one, by the way. They've had the very major 2 discoveries of LNG. One of them is already producing the Songo Songo, and the other one, which is not far, I don't recall the name, but it is it's been announced, a proven reserve, a massive one, and they will probably be producing in a short time. Now, this is upstream business. You know it very well. I don't need to tell you. We said we are a very focused company. We want to stay in the midstream, and even in the midstream, we limit it to the trading activities, okay, and the downstream. These are the areas we know how to run and how to operate, and we have the expertise and understanding and the capacity to deal with. Don't misunderstand, upstream is very exciting. There is big money there, needless to say. But we know very well, and this is again, I think it's a quality of a management that can admit what it can do, what it can't do, or what should be left for future to be reviewed, okay? On the power sector, you mentioned power stations and so on. This is not exactly upstream, but within kind of integrated company and vertical integration, you'll find many oil companies who are in downstream are venturing into the power sector as producers, and that's what I believe you are talking about. Not yet. We are not there, but we are very much tied to producers on a long-term contract, supply contracts. I can give you, for example, we have Rabai, 6 years. We have been the main suppliers of the power sector in Kenya, like Kengen, Kipevu, and other power stations. So as supplier, of course, we would like to enter into a long-term relationship, long-term supply contract, but yet we are not in production. This one, if you noticed, I didn't say we are not looking at it, we are not thinking of it. It's quite exciting business. By the way, and I'm familiar with that area, I can tell you personally, and would be interesting and to be involved in equity in such a power station, whether in Kenya or any other country we operate. Thank you.